What is going on, Boilermakers? It's Thursday night, what is it, 18th? I can't. Val said
18th, yeah.
18th, 2021. We're off to a hot start tonight. You're listening to another brand new episode of the Boiler Breakdown Podcast. I'm Tanner Lee. We got a full crew tonight. Evan Webb, Andrew Eiler. What's going on, guys?
Oh,
Ready for some basketball this weekend.
Yeah. Big Purdue week.
Big weekend for the Boilermaker basketball team. Even big weekend for the football team. Coming off an ugly showing at the Horseshoe, but Ohio State was clicking on all cylinders. I don't know if anybody was going to beat Ohio State on that day.
Yeah, they were pretty freaking good.
It was a statement. They weren't holding back, which is
no.
I mean, yeah, CJ Stroud getting rid of the ball within like 2 seconds every time, and just letting his playmakers do what they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny because I know we're always enamored by David Bell or Rondale Moore, and they just have like 4 of them on the field at all times.
They literally have 3 of them. They have a good running back. They have a good line.
A freshman quarterback who's
solid.
Really good
too. The Boiler defense hadn't gave up 30 points in a game, and then they gave up.
You got 30 in the first quarter.
A lot.
it was like 30 before halfway through the second quarter.
It reminded me of the Music City Auburn game pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was just thankful that they decided at the very end to kneel it at the 10-yard line. So I was like, please don't put up 60 on us.
Oh, I thought Ryan Day was going to go for it.
Yeah.
Shoved it in Purdue's face, but ugly game. I know none of us really expected Purdue to win, but I thought they'd be a little more competitive than they were. But is what
I thought they'd cover. I was like, oh, they're going to cover 21 and a half or whatever it opened as or got up to. I was like, oh, they're going to cover that.
Well, if you told me before the game that the offense was going to score 31 points, I would have felt pretty good.
Yeah, it was the first time really all year that our defense has really been a letdown of any kind, and it was because we forced one punt. I think in the third quarter, I think it was, and it felt like a massive victory at the time, just because it was. I mean, I don't remember them getting to third down really all that very often.
No,
it was pretty bad.
And Purdue shot themselves in the foot early. The Jack Plummer King Doru handoff exchange. Not sure what was supposed to happen there because King didn't act like he knew he was going to get the ball.
And you look at Milton, right? And it looked like he act like he was supposed to, because he was kind of shocked that he didn't get it. So I don't know.
And then Jackson Anthrop's fair catch, but non-fair catch because he didn't put his hand up high enough and fumbling. It's like, you can't do that stuff against Ohio State.
I was so confused on that because I think I was walking. I was outside listening to it and had to. Sorry, dog is losing her.
we got a dog in the background at Andrew's house.
No, it was. I mean, I wasn't ready to say that this is a game that we had to play, pretty perfect, and we did not.
No, we did not. I thought the offense played pretty well, though. I mean,
I thought the offense moved the ball pretty well, which now I understand why some Ohio State fans probably have some concerns because their defense didn't do a whole. I mean, obviously they got some stops on us, but I mean, I feel like I really never felt hopeless when we were on the field on offense, which obviously 4 weeks ago probably would have felt differently. But we could move the ball pretty well. David Bell was able to find some seams, and Jackson Anthrop did a pretty good job. So that was very encouraging to see because it had an offense that we saw against Illinois showed up. This thing could have been very, very ugly.
Right. Well, that was with a different quarterback too. Even though Aiden came in at the end of that game, but man, Aiden lately he's playing the best ball I've seen a Purdue quarterback play, at least dating back since Curtis Painter.
Mm-hmm.
He's on fire right now. I mean, and doing it against good teams.
And I mean, credit to the line too for holding up enough to give him some time, which obviously that was a huge concern going into the year.
Yep. And
even through the first couple of games, but they've definitely schemed around it, and the addition of Anthrop kind of being utilized in the backfield has been almost like a revelation for this offense. And I'm just it's interesting because I feel like we've definitely been more aggressive the last couple of games, but it's also in games where we've been the underdog or maybe not favored in the games. So I hope to see the offense is just as aggressive these next 2 weeks when we are going to be favored, and that I still want them to play to win and not be afraid to make mistakes.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of the media is jumping the gun right now, talking about 8-win season, potential 9-win season with a bowl game. It's like still got to take it one game at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't let up against Northwestern. I mean, Northwestern and Indiana the next 2 weeks, they have nothing to play for except to try to ruin somebody's season.
Right, which is, I mean, we've already done that with Michigan State, so and Iowa essentially too. So, they'll be playing the spoiler in the next 2 games, and but as we talked about last week, now it's looking at, if we don't hit the 8 wins, it'll be a little bit of a disappointment because we will be favored. We're favored by 11, 12, and against Northwestern, we'll probably be favored. I would probably say maybe a touchdown or so against Indiana, especially since it's at home. So yeah, it's 8 wins is almost feels like a must right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Good.
Well, some people are talking about 9, especially with the bowl game, and I was like, first time since 2003, and I was like, let's get 7 or 8. Let's get 8 first.
I mean, go 8-4. That'd be the most wins if you include bowl games since 2006. 2007 was 8 with a bowl. 2006 was 8 during the regular season. Because 2006 was the weird year where we played Hawaii, so we had extra.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We were talking about that last week. I think you and I were on the pod. So get to 8. That'd be a great step in the right direction. But gotta get one this weekend against the Wildcats. Friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Evan's gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
At least you'll be able to enjoy this. Usually you're watching the Cubs play the Sox or something.
Yeah, it's still a dump of a stadium. So,
what did you guys think of the players' comments? A lot of them are like, I don't like baseball. I don't watch baseball. George is like, I can't watch.
I'm gonna know your thoughts on that, Andrew.
Here's my thoughts. It surprised me out of George and King Doru because they're really good athletes. You just figure they grow up playing baseball too, and we're probably pretty good at that. And then you hear a lot of them say, "Nah, didn't play baseball."
George, he grew up in Greece until he was, of high school age. So I don't know what the baseball talent is like out of Greece. Andrew would know more than us, but
yes,
but I thought it was kind of funny, just the fact that a lot of people
nothing about Greece baseball players.
That was interesting. I like how Tom is asking all the players and the coaches, like if they like baseball or who they're a fan of and what they think about playing in Wrigley. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I forgot Braum was a baseball prospect as well. Did he get drafted, or was he just like potentially drafted?
2 years in the Indians minor league system.
That's what I thought he was I thought he was like played some professional. I didn't remember. Or if he was just a potential to get drafted or something.
I think he did that while he was in college or something, because then he got drafted in the NFL out of Louisville. So yep. So he loves baseball. He's throwing the first pitch out at least at one Cub game, if not multiple.
It's going to be pretty unique because So apparently they played at Braum played with Illinois. Was it Illinois Northwestern that played at Wrigley like in 2010 or something? Yep. And Braum was on the Illinois staff.
Mm-hmm. He was a quarterback coach, I think.
So he was like reading his interview or talking about it, I don't know, on the Jeff Braum show Monday night or something, where he's talking about like the teams are going to be on the same sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if but he said when they played it like 11 years ago, the offense only went toward one end zone because the other one went up to like a foot of the wall, and
they screwed it up. They screwed it up back then.
It doesn't look much better this time around.
No, I'm just saying.
There's a couple, like if you throw a deep fade into the corner of the end zone, it's either they're gonna run to a wall, it's gonna hit the fan when they're going up to the catch.
It looks pretty. It's gonna be interesting. I didn't even think about that. I was like, do they do that at Yankee Stadium for the Pinstripes Bowl? Is it the same thing or no?
It's spaced out a little better at Yankee Stadium somehow.
Well, supposedly this is a little bit better because of the renovations compared to last time they played. Because the first time they had to only go, like I said, the one way.
Yeah, they had to stop the game if there was an interception, which I don't know if there was. But
I didn't know that.
They would have to stop it because you're going the same direction.
So I feel you could at least run. That's dumb. I understand like throwing a pass, but like if it's an interception, it's not like they're gonna.
Well, I thought they kicked. I thought they said they would kick. Like you would kick in your actual directions, but then like after you kick, like you'd flip it, and you're always going toward the same end zone. Except maybe
so dumb.
It was weird. It was really weird.
Oh well, yeah. Dumb Cubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Awful setup management. Whatever.
Blame
the Chicago Cubs.
Should play in Great America instead, even though it's not
Absolutely.
close to either
More
campus.
classic stadium.
Actual neutral field.
I'm just excited. The one thing I'm excited for being at Wrigley is it's on the north side, and there's a Purdue bar very close, like within like a mile or two. So my dad and I are hopefully gonna be able to go there and catch the basketball game. Hopefully not miss too much of it.
There you go.
I
ESPN
mean, the game's
News.
it's noon. Is it noon Eastern or noon Central?
Eastern.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then 4 o'clock North Carolina game. So I think that. And gosh, I hope the football.
God forbid we don't go to overtime.
All right, here's a question for you guys. Rather win football or basketball on Saturday?
Basketball.
Not me, football.
Why not both?
well, and here's why I say that, because basketball, you're going to lose multiple games throughout the year. And losing against Carolina, I mean, yeah, I love to beat Carolina, and I think we will. But football, we lose to Northwestern, and like we're saying, it's kind of a bummer way to end the season. And even if you beat Indiana, there's 7 wins. But I feel like the football program needs it more right now than
100%.
I'm with you, Tam. Plus, I think Painter. I don't know. And like Painter talked about it. I mean, like with the scrimmages, like when the Purdue the basketball team lost to Providence in the scrimmage, and the coaches were like hoping for it. It's like better to lose now in November than in March. So, like you said, you're going to lose some, learn from it, get better, peak in February, March, and move on.
I assume Nova's going to beat Tennessee, and I really want to play Nova to kind of see how we stack up, because Nova's definitely a championship contender. And I think just because the name Carolina, I don't know, just the optics probably more of it, which is a stupid reason. But I know we haven't beaten them since like 1970 or in the 60s or something. We beat them once.
How many times have they played in that time?
Like 10.
Yeah,
I think we played them Brian Cardinals junior or senior year. I think it's the last time we played them.
I'm gonna look it up. I saw someone post something the other day, and I didn't realize we beat them once.
I didn't realize Tennessee's ranked.
Yeah, them and North Carolina are like right next to each other in the rankings, like, and then us and Nova are really close to each other in the rank. At least we were going into the last week, anyways.
I'm sick of playing Villanova, but I'm really sick of playing Tennessee.
So let's see here. Yeah, so we played them in '99, the 99-2000 season. So that would have been the Elite Eight year.
Yes.
We played them in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Was that the Maui? That had been Maui.
Must have been, yeah. We lost by 15. And then we played them actually the year before, 98-99 season in New York, and lost 47-54.
Low scoring game.
Yeah. I know this only gives me 2.
Well, I know when Rick Fox was there, they played at Mackey. It was kind of his home game.
Yeah. I think the last time we beat them was it was like the 60s or 70s, I'm pretty sure. For whatever Purdue Sports is only giving me 98, 99, whatever dumb reason.
Andrew, you got a comment here to respond to on YouTube from Ian. Said Great American Ballpark, LOL, at least Wrigley.
Hey, you don't say that. Great American Ballpark is probably going to get replaced in about 5 years just because it's
I like Great American Ballpark.
I know, so do I.
Well, we went there for the Reds game for your bachelor party. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And great little area. And
Anthony DiSclafani hit a grand slam. That was a great day. Reds just whooped up on the Cubs.
That was fantastic. I remember leaning over, and one of our good friends, big Cub fan, I said, I want this guy to hit a grand slam so I can see his reaction. And he had no reaction at all because he was so mad. So, that was. I think I fell down. I was laughing so hard. Oh man, good. That was
the only reason why he fell down, Tanner. No other factor.
Nope. Yeah, he's true here. Nice ballpark. Can't beat $12 tickets.
Exactly. See, yeah, it is like Chicago. It's like Wrigley adjacent, and when the Cubs come, because the Cubs will fill like 75%. Hey, this is a Purdue podcast.
It's not baseball season. But Purdue's projected by a lot of people to play their bowl game in a baseball stadium, which would be Yankee Stadium for the Pinstripe Bowl. Pinstripe, Vegas. Vegas a lot. That'd be cool. Nashville, I don't know if they take Purdue, since Purdue was just there a couple of years ago, and they're probably still picking up pieces off the turf from that game.
Great showing.
Hey, we showed up as fans.
The fans
though.
showed up big
We
time.
showed up.
Yeah.
We contributed a lot to the local economy. the
I
night
will never
before.
forget, though. I mean, we didn't see any Auburn fans the night before. Then we got there.
It was like we saw like
where
3
were
in the
all these
hotel.
Auburn? Where'd they come from?
Yeah, we saw like 3 in the hotel, and they were like, "Oh, you guys are gonna kick our ass." And then after the game, after the kickers were like, "Oh man, we're still not very good." It's like that doesn't make you feel any better.
No. Yeah, Vegas would be cool.
Yeah,
would be good.
Tanner, as a Yankee fan, if you got the pinstripe, would you try and go?
No.
Yeah,
No, I would not.
New York in December, screw that.
Too cold. Too cold. But Outback Bowl could possibly happen too. I mean, I think Purdue would have to win both games, and a few other teams probably lose. But that'd be nice to get back there. I haven't been there since 2000, the Millennium Bowl, when we choked away a big lead against Georgia. But yeah, so feeling good heading into the weekend for the football game.
Yeah, is Hunter Johnson starting again for?
I don't believe so.
They're on like their 4th string.
I swear to God, I saw an article saying
the South Carolina guy back, Helinski or something. Is he back? I think is that the South Carolina transfer?
That sounds right.
I don't know. Marty. Actually, I think the other guy, Marty. I'm not positive. It just seems like too much of a coincidence. I think the Butler quarterback's last name was Marty when toward my senior year, and I think he was really good. And I feel like it's too much of a coincidence. It's got to be his brother or something.
Yeah, he'd be pretty old now, wouldn't he be?
Who?
If that was the same
younger
guy.
brother.
Oh,
no, his brother.
I got
the brother from the Butler quarterback.
I gotcha. But you can't think Northwestern's in a very good state of mind coming into Saturday. It's kind of like they've given up. I mean, they got shellacked by Wisconsin over the weekend.
They haven't had the easiest stretch. At Michigan, got whooped by Minnesota, home, and hung in there with Iowa. Only lost 17-12, and then
that was an ugly football game. Yeah.
And then gets waxed by Wisconsin 35-7. So
we've been there plenty of times.
Yep.
But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it.
Let's let O'Connell just keep airing it out.
Fans should be there. I think it should definitely be a Purdue heavy crowd. Just from the fact that we're playing well and they are not. And I think I know one Northwestern fan. Shout out Blake Heide, and that's about it.
I was gonna say I think he's the only one I know too. But around the Big Ten, some other games going on. You got number 7 Michigan State, 19-point dogs at number 4 Ohio State.
I think Ohio State covers.
I think they make a statement again.
Yeah.
What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, they're rolling.
Rutgers, 17.5-point dogs at Penn State. Penn State 6-4. Rutgers is 5-5.
17-point favorites.
Yep, Penn State is.
Penn State is, aren't they fading fast?
Yes. I think Penn State wins, but they don't cover.
Yeah, I don't think they cover 17.
Yeah, they cover either. Rutgers played pretty well at Indiana, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that was rock bottom for the Hoosiers. Hate to see it.
Yeah, shame.
Illinois, they're fighting for their bowl lives at 4-6. They're at number 17, 8-2 Iowa, who's a 12.5-point favorite.
I think Iowa wins, but I do not think they cover.
No, I think they cover that.
I think it's like 14.
I think it's like 17-3.
Iowa finally benched Petrus, so they changed their quarterback. I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Minnesota 7-point favorites, 6-4 at 2-8, winless in the conference. Indiana, remember when all the Indiana's fans were saying the road to Pasadena goes through Bloomington?
Preseason 17 in the country. I want them to go 0-9 in the Big Ten so bad.
Have we ever seen a team ranked in the top 25 in week 1 win 2 games during the year? I can't think of any.
Yeah.
What was Michigan State ranked a couple years ago when they went didn't they 2 years ago when Michigan State terrible?
They were bad last year and the year before.
Yeah, I was thinking, were they ranked one year?
That might have been.
I think typically you see a team like I know we've seen Auburn before, like be ranked. Oh, it was the Music City Bowl year. They were ranked like top 10, and then they win 7 games or something.
Yeah.
Still won. Okay.
Okay,
they won
only
7
7.
games.
I know, but top 10. Let's get. Hold on now.
That's a little different than
Right.
going 0-9 in your
conference. Yeah.
I think the Gophers rolled down to Bloomington and get a pretty easy win.
Yeah.
I think Indiana has quit.
Yeah, they had fighting between players on the sideline against Rutgers, and I think McCullough will be pretty good, but he's got no help right now.
Here, I got one, Tan. Michigan State 2016, they went 3-9. According to sportsreference.com, the AP preseason rankings, they were number 12.
Yeah, because they made the playoff the year before.
That's
right.
They got up to number 8.
Oh wow! Okay.
And
right.
went 3-9.
Won probably went 2-0 or something. And
I'm going to see what I'm just I'm curious.
Yeah, Indiana might play pretty hard though since it's senior day, I guess. But
that's I don't even know who they're.
And then they'll play hard. I mean, I like you said, what you think Purdue will be favored by a touchdown, getting ahead of ourselves in a couple weeks. But
yeah,
it's gonna. I hope Purdue puts on 50 on them, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, it usually is.
3-7 Nebraska at 7-3, number 15 ranked Wisconsin, who's a 9.5-point favorite.
Wisconsin covers that easy.
I think so. They're rolling right now.
I did. My buddy Ryan, who was on the podcast, he did send a couple before the Purdue Nebraska game. He did send me a couple stats a couple weeks ago that showed. I forget what it was. It was like it's all these like metrics of like expected outcome per play, and they were like compared to average, and they were above average on everything to where it's like positive plays, like the average 5 yards per play when the average is like 4 or something, and it was basically like they're above average and everything, yet 3-7. Like how does this and like 1-6?
Weren't they like positive and points for and versus points against, but yet they won 3 games.
Right. Yeah, they were outscoring their opponents, but they can't win. What? But in Frost, they trust.
It's I've got all this stuff. It's stupid. Nebraska versus multiple opponents, and it's like percent successful. They're more yards per play. They're more passing plays, more successful, more yards per play. The only thing that they were like gone on was way down. It was special teams yards plus or minus.
Like, special teams is awful.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
But
I think they pretty much got rid of their whole staff right now, besides Frost. So
the whole offensive staff, right?
And then we got number 6 Michigan, who's still got their playoff hopes alive. 9-1 at 5-5 Maryland. Michigan's a 15-point favorite.
Do they overlook this game? Looking forward to the game next week. I don't think they do, but
because they probably should have lost at Penn State. They escaped there last week, so I think that was kind of their wake-up call. I do too.
They roll.
And then we're gonna have the fun game to predict next week. It's gonna be Rutgers, Maryland, probably both 5-6. Winner goes to a bowl. Loser stays home. And then Purdue, Northwestern.
What's the line now?
11.
11.
I got 11 at least.
I'm going to say
11.
35-14 Boilers. I think Northwestern's averaging like 17 points a game or something like that.
You about read my mind. I was going 34-13.
Okay.
I think Purdue's defense is fired up, makes a statement. The offense keeps rolling.
Yeah, I think Purdue puts up a lot of points. I kind of like that. I'm going more. Purdue's going to hit 40.
Ooh, I like it. I think we'll see Purdue's best rushing attack all year.
I hope so. Yeah, pull up Sheldon's comment here. I love it.
Sheldon Coleman, Boilers by 1,000.
Yes, sir.
Just keep pouring it on.
Yeah.
Keep pouring on Fitz. Old man mad at the clouds. We got one here from Skip. Long one here. Fellas, are you a believer in running back and offensive line coaches? Do we feel the lack of productivity due to poor assistance on offensive side? Given might have the best season in a while, but thinking off season, can we upgrade staff if we lose Bell and Big George?
I like Barclay as a running backs coach. I mean, we're never going to be a running team. So, I mean, I think it's more on the offensive line side that I'm not a believer in Dale Williams yet. I don't know why. I think definitely the offensive line has improved this year, but I don't know if that's him or we have like
Neil Cowley.
We have two. Yeah, we have two offensive line coaches.
Which I think honestly that kind of speaks to Braum maybe not buying into Dale Williams if
Agree.
he's already kind of got a replacement almost on staff. It seems like
Yeah.
I tend to I don't really have an opinion on Dale Williams or really Neil Callaway because I don't know anything about offensive line.
Right.
But I would tend to give them the benefit of the doubt just because of the injuries and kind of seems like bad luck. It's a position where we always talked about Purdue's not going to be able to get the guys like the Wisconsin offensive line. Like Purdue's not going to get those guys coming out of high school. So you've got to get guys that can be in the system for 4 or 5 years. And then Braum's tenure, they haven't been able to do that because it's like you get to year 3 and then they have a career-ending back injury. So then you're constantly you've got you're plugging holes with Greg Long, who's been great. They've always gotten, fortunately, a pretty good transfer JUCO to kind of come in and, as a stopgap, but they can't seem to get old with the kind of recruits. And maybe now, it seems like they bring in 5 every year, and there's 3 that go out every year, and then somebody transfers, so then maybe you get 1.
Yeah. Wisconsin is constantly getting 50-year transfers, which I mean I'm kind of fine with. At least, I mean, obviously, I like having at least getting 1 or 2 just to get some experience for some of the guys. But yeah, it'd be nice to be able to build it. I mean, like Tiller was able to do it, so we can get back to something like that. But hopefully, having some success this year could lead to something down the road.
And he brought up losing Bell and Karlaftis, which I think we can all 3 agree that that's probably going to happen. I mean, Karlaftis yesterday, ESPN Plus came out with their mock draft. He was 7th to the New York Giants.
That would suck for him.
If he's going to go anywhere he's mocked right now, it's going to suck. Which I'm hoping it's in the orange and blue in Denver. I mean, sorry for him, but I'd love it.
Or the orange and blue in Chicago. Just saying.
Could be. But okay, say they both do jump. But before that, Andrew, Evan and I were talking about this last week on the podcast. I want to get your opinion. When we get to a bowl game, do you think either of them sit out?
I don't think so.
Both play?
What if we only have 6 wins? Or 7?
I don't think so. I think Bell, how much Bell came back. I mean, Braum even talked about it after the Notre Dame, his concussions in Notre Dame, and he's played hurt like his whole career, it seems like. Remember his freshman year, he was hurt like all season. I don't think he can like take a game off. I don't see that. And I think Georgia's the same way. They're just too much of a competitor.
I guess I could see Karlaftis more so than Bell if he's getting mocked in the top 10. It's a little different than borderline second round.
Yeah.
Another good question here from Skip. Aussie kicker, do we have competition because punting? Yikes, been sad. Braum did say this week that they opened up the punting competition.
And I'm trying to remember too, this because it's the first time this guy's ever played American football too. So you like to think because he's a freshman technically.
Yeah,
he's
an old freshman.
So I mean, he's going to have plenty of time. I mean, obviously he's only going to get better, hopefully, especially with someone like Biaggi helping him out. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, we can't really just wait on him to get good. Because special teams can definitely lose you games, as we saw with his first problem.
That's totally
19 yards.
God, a shank. Yeah.
That was like the game right there. I mean, Purdue. I don't know if Purdue went 3 and out, but then that 12-yard punt or something that didn't even get to the 50-yard line. It was like, oh boy, here we go.
I have seen a worse punt in Purdue history. 2009. I was listening to it on the radio. I'll never forget it. Chris Summers at Minnesota punted one 7 yards. The wind or something, 7 yards. But
when I saw that punt on Saturday for the Ohio State game, I didn't think it got to the line of scrimmage. I was like that's a negative punt. I thought it was negative.
And I will say, Braum did say our punter. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head.
Cropsey or something, or
starts with an A, doesn't it? Ansel.
Ansel. They're talking about the backup. Yeah.
The starter. He said he has good practices, but then when he kicks bad in games, he presses too much and gets mad at himself, and it just kind of snowballs from there. So I don't know. He's got to get through that somehow. Skip says, great show. Love record-breaking Northwestern breakdown. Yes, thank you for the compliment. Any more thoughts with heading into the Wrigley game, the special?
I am offended Northwestern's going all black. Personally offended.
You know, I know I messaged you guys this. If it was Notre Dame, they would do some sort of
Oh
Cubs
yeah, maybe
inspired
we'll throw up.
theme or something.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not.
Pinstripes.
Yep. Ultimate Boiler on YouTube. So, what's up, fellas? Hey, Ultimate
on?
Boiler. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So I'm ready to rock and roll Saturday. Ready to start the day off with a good victory and hopefully get another one.
I will say though, when Purdue football put out the video for the jersey reveal, I thought for a second that they were going to do something baseball related because it was like they had like play ball. I was like, oh, what are we doing? Are we doing something like maybe like with the helmet or something? But I'm glad they didn't. I love the combination we're going with. Is my favorite away combination.
It's a solid look. It's a solid look.
Black pants, white jersey, gold helmet.
Yep.
Can't go wrong. I like that. Also with the black helmet too, but.
It was cool. You could actually tell this was David Bell.
Yeah, well, actually, they put out some pictures of him too after the fact. And there's a cool one of him surrounded by baseballs, which is pretty sweet. But
cool.
I wonder when they filmed that. That's what I was wondering.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, did they make that? You think? Like, did they like build a set somewhere? Or did they actually go to Wrigley and do that?
They're there.
I bet they went to Wrigley because, like Rondell, they went to the Motor Speedway with Rondell.
Yeah, they brought it over the summer.
Well, that's a little different. That's like 45 minutes down the road. An hour down the road.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's 2 hours of 65. It's fine. Not including traffic in Chicago.
I bet they've had that.
Flew up there. They got a helicopter. They flew him up there.
Yeah, they've probably had that in the can for a while.
Yeah.
That was this summer. They definitely filmed that. The weather was too good.
Yeah, the weather was too nice for sure.
Yeah.
The ivy was too green for.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. It's dead now.
Yeah.
Dead.
Dead like the Cubs season was.
Hey, this will be 2 Wrigley trips for Evan this year, and neither of them involve the Cubs. That's pretty good.
Two of my favorite things. Green Day and Purdue. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
One of my least favorite stadiums. So there we go.
We should someday. We need to break down our least favorite stadiums in sports on here. That'd be pretty fun.
The problem is I haven't been to that many. I mean, you guys have been to more. I know Andrew, you've been to quite a few baseball ones, I believe.
The Cintas Center is terrible. Where Xavier garbage.
Yeah,
I've never. I already know my number one. Ford Field. That place is a dump.
Yeah, the acoustics there were terrible in 2011.
Yeah,
my God, that was bad. But if you can't make it to Wrigley and you're pretty hungry on Saturday, or you just want to go somewhere to grab some good food, hit up Mad Mushroom. I know when all 3 of us go, we like to sit down and have an ice cold beer while trying out their pizza of the month, which this month it is the Mad Chili, which I love spicy food, so this is right up my alley. The Mad Chili is their signature hand-tossed pizza dough covered in a house-made chili with onions, jalapenos, mozzarella, and cheddar cheeses, and finished with corn chips. And that is the pizza month for the whole month of November. And just tell them that the Boiler Breakdown sent you, or you can use the discount code BREAK5. That's in all caps, BREAK 5 to claim your discount online. That's $5 off any order over $20. And madmushroom.com is where you can place that order. Mad Mushroom, feed your head. All right, let's talk some basketball.
Before you do Tanner, Ultimate Boiler, he put his input in for his least favorite.
Assembly Hall, those upper level seats are awful. I will agree. Last time I was there with the Boiler game, we won in 2011. It was a tight game, but we had to lead the whole game, and they set the paint crew way up top, as they probably should. But it's
was that the Verdell Jones missed a 3 at the end?
That was the year before.
Oh, okay.
This game we never trailed. It was Juwan and Eton. Tyrone Johnson actually had a really good game as a freshman.
Okay. I was just saying that because Tyrone was just on the Boiler Ball podcast, which was actually a phenomenal interview. I really like Tyrone. I think he got
haven't listened to that one yet.
It's a really good one. Tyrone was a player I really liked. I know we all kind of hated his brother, but Tyrone was definitely. I mean, he kind of talks about it. He never once the whole time he was at Purdue thought about transferring, which I thought was pretty cool considering we know what his brother did. But they talk about his game down in Bloomington, how he just went off against them.
Yeah, he played.
I've never been down there. I'm afraid to go down there.
I don't want to go back for a while. We had they threw stuff at our bus when we were leaving.
I couldn't handle that many IU fans.
I was
many unwell people.
I'm that way with Notre Dame Stadium.
I mean,
I've been
Evan
up there
lives in
4
so.
times. I don't like going up there.
Yeah, I was ready to fight some Michigan State fans a couple weeks ago, and I could not. I just know I could fight it down there.
Yeah, we can talk about Michigan State fans. Yeah,
I was saying Andrew had an experience.
I thought Isabella was going to punch somebody. She was not happy. They were pretty obnoxious last night. Isabella was not having it.
Couple go green, go white chants going on.
Quite a few. And Isabella was not
you respond to that with "can't read, can't write." That's how you respond
Exactly.
to it. Or my dad's favorite, just go home.
Yep,
Yeah.
just go home. Yep. But Boiler basketball team off the hot start, 3-0. Haven't really had too much competition yet.
First time scoring 90 points. What, three straight games in the entire Painter era? Which
since 2000. Yeah, since 2000. The Elite Eight team Katie had there. But, gosh, they're so fun to watch right now. Deep, talented.
I mean, the fact that Jaden Ivey's had 2, technically bad games. And I mean, again, it's not we're not playing Michigan or Illinois or anybody like that, but still the fact that our, quote unquote best player is struggling and didn't even matter.
I think it's awesome. Also, I mean, it shows kind of how good a job I think Painter has done in building and that getting the guys to buy in. That Trevion Williams, your All-American candidate coming off the bench, is so open and honest about whatever is best for the team, and it shows. I mean, he 20 and 13 or whatever Tuesday night, whenever that was, Tuesday night.
And Trayvon's a great player, but I think he's starting to realize, and a lot of Purdue fans are starting to realize, I think Zach Edey's pretty special.
Which is just still baffles me.
I know.
Just the fact that,
I know.
This time, I guess it was, a year.
12 months ago,
a year and
even
4 months ago, we were thinking that, definitely redshirt, and then all of a sudden Matt Harms transfers like, oh, crap, we're have to play a guy who's played basketball for 3 years. Like, this is not going to be good. And then he's just an absolute force. I mean, I went to the first game, and seeing him in person for the first time, like up close, was like, I was on campus when Haas was I was in school with Haas, and he was a massive human being, but Edey is just an absolute monster. He just blocks out the sun.
What is it? Painter's gotten since Hammonds, he's gotten somebody taller every year, we've gotten taller. So now Painter's got some work to do to go find somebody 7'5", 7'6". I mean, he got some work to do.
Does Yao Ming have a son who's 7'8" or something?
Speaking of Yao Ming, that's what good old John Rostein's calling Edey the Yao Ming in college basketball, which he looks like it against these mid-majors. My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, I think I texted to you guys too. I think he breaks a backboard this year for whatever reason, because he's going to break a rim or something.
I can't believe just how athletic he looks. Also,
yeah,
how well he moves.
Great. You guys know he played hockey growing up, because every broadcast doesn't need to say
over under about 16 references of that this weekend.
It's the Haas shoe size all over again.
Yeah. How many pictures of him on skates and Pee-wee hockey are we going to see?
Ultimate Boiler says, crazy improvement, still a bit like Bambi on ice at times, but does a great job drawing attention to himself and for the most part keeping that ball up.
He struggled that first game or so keeping the ball down, and then he did a much better job these last couple games of keeping it up, which just shows how quick he picks things up, because that was something that Haas struggled with for a while, was keeping the ball down too much and get it swatted away by good guards. But he moves so well.
And Haas was crazy with his elbows too.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Almost every game, getting somebody right in the face.
Then the freaking elbow cost us the season.
Oh yeah.
That was like one every game. I mean, then
it was every single game.
It started with didn't DJ Bird have a terrible one against
Villanova in the Garden?
Yeah, in the Garden. Yeah,
we lost to Oregon State the next day. Oh my God.
Yeah,
good times. Good times.
A fun time to be a student.
God damn.
There was an elbow flagrant every other game.
Yeah, but
that's now the Haas rule technically. With the whole it's
the locking arms.
Locking arms, and we get screwed over by it more than ever. And we're the guy who had the freaking player.
But yeah, Edey, it says something. I think I would trust him more than anybody on the team at the free throw line.
He's shooting 80% right now.
It makes it look effortless.
That's what I mean. He's going to hit some threes. I want him to take a 3 this weekend. I want to see it.
If he gets a 3, my head's gonna explode. And I hope I'm there for it because I might just
Mackey will blow up.
I might have to just leave because there's nothing's gonna get better than that ever.
I mean, that's Tommy Luce on steroids right there if he hits a 3. Which
shout
the walk-on the other night.
Shout out to the walk-ons to
Holy
Barrett.
cow.
Barrett had some sauce out there. Talking about sauce.
2 in 1 play. He had that place ready to go off. Yeah, good handles the other night. But it was really nice to beat a Wright State team who won their conference last year. I mean, this wasn't a slouch of a mid-major. We were only 16-point favorites. We beat them 96-52.
Yeah, they were the highest as of so far. Only 3 games. They were the highest Ken Palm if you subscribe to those types of stats. But I mean, I think they're definitely a definite. Well, not definite, but I think they're definitely a tournament type team.
They could win the Horizon League. They're predicted like 1 or 2 in the Horizon League. Like they just got to win the conference.
Got to win your conference tourney usually in those. They fell on their face last year.
We held their best player scoreless until like 5 minutes left in the first half or something like that. And when he finally hit it, I think
he only finished like 2 of 12 or something.
Yeah, we shut him down. And I mean that's been a cool thing. Is just seeing the defense thing is improved a little by little, which we'll get obviously a real test this weekend in both games, regardless of who we play. But that was something I was a little worried about, even that first game against Bellarmine. I mean, that's not an offense that we're going to ever see again. But even some of those guys were able to drive on. Like I saw Newman get beat a couple times off the dribble, which was a little concerning. But I think there'll definitely be some improvements throughout the year.
What do you guys think Painter will do with Gillis? So Gillis has 1 more game suspension. Say Purdue continues rolling offensively against North Carolina. I mean, what do you do? Do you think Painter messes with that? I know he talks about it toward the end of the year where he doesn't mess with rotation and starts paring it down, but I'm kind of thinking back to like Kendall Stevens. I know, again, that was later when he left for personal for a few games, and then when he came back, he was like totally gone. Like didn't play like after at all. I don't know if that.
I don't think that'll happen with Gillis, although I did say in our preview, Andrew, you weren't here. It was kind of my bold prediction was I still think First is the only player in the starting lineup from the first game who never leaves the starting lineup throughout the entire season. I could see the only player. Yes, that was my bold statement.
You think Ivy doesn't start every single game?
I could see maybe he gets like an ankle sprain or something like that and has to sit out a game or something. Hope not, knock on wood, but just because of the way he
I agree. I think Gillis gets slotted in. I just think it'll be interesting to see how, and it's just like where do those minutes come from? Because so
I think he'll
Wharton's not going to play the 4.
Yeah,
really much anymore.
But he has been playing
exactly. That's what I mean. He's playing well.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing well.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, Painter's been talking about it all offseason as sacrifice. I mean, it's going to happen. There's going to be some games where Gillis gets 20 minutes and maybe Morton gets 10, and then it could vice versa, just depending on matchups or how they're playing. But I mean, what about Painter always says is he always talks about like his son will ask who's going to start. It's like waiting for the players to tell me, and in this case, he just kind of leaves it up to the players. So, which is, true. But
my dad had a bold. My dad had
a very good problem to have.
A bold prediction yesterday. He thinks come Big Ten season, Ivy will be our starting point guard, and Newman and Sasha will both be starting as well.
I can see that.
Yeah,
take an IT spot. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Which is just
wild to see. Hunter.
I mean, Isaiah's hitting shots and not turning the ball over. I don't know what else you want out of your point guard.
But I mean, you just get that much bigger and longer if you put Sasha and Newman out there over IT. Thompson's playing great, but he's just different, smaller. Yeah. He's playing good defense too. So I don't.
It's just wild that Eric Hunter, Trayvon Williams, 2 guys who were on the Elite 8 team a couple years ago that played on that team.
And played significant minutes.
Coming off the bench, started last year, and now Mason Gillis. So 3 starters from last year's team are going to come off the bench this weekend.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Wow. I saw this. It was heard on Hammer and Rails podcast, and they were talking about it online. But if you took the current starting 5 versus the bench, who do you think? What do you think the betting line would be?
5 points?
Yes, I don't think it would be much.
Well, did you see that it was like, is Purdue's bench an NCAA tournament caliber team?
Yes, it is. And their bench is better than some starting 5s in the Big Ten.
Well, let's enjoy it because this doesn't happen rarely ever. It's been fun to watch. Get Carolina on Saturday. They're 3-0. Hubert Davis' first year taking over for Roy Williams. They're struggling on defense a little bit, but they have freak athletes all over the court. You know they have talent. And then Saturday, you know Villanova is one of the best coached teams in the country. And Jay Wright, two-time national champion coach. And then Tennessee, Rick Barnes is a good coach. They're always athletic too. So got to have our work cut out for us this weekend.
Be a good test because these are typically the teams that Painter's teams have struggled with over the years. Those athletic, like Florida State, you keep thinking back to those games that Purdue seemed to always play.
We'll see them soon. So
exactly, Purdue always plays Florida State, and it's just like it's a long athletic team that usually gives Purdue
40
teams
minutes
trouble.
of hell because it's just 94 feet of pressure usually the entire time. So.
Yeah, if we can go 2-0 this weekend, we're going to open the eyes of everybody around the country who hasn't already been on notice.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we still have Florida State left.
NC State.
NC State in Brooklyn. We play them in Brooklyn?
Yeah, Barclays. Yep.
Yeah, which would be cool. I forgot about that game. That was on the schedule and forgot about that. I don't really know.
It was supposed to be West Virginia last year, but
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. So NC State and then Butler in the Crossroads. So
how's that going to go, Andrew?
I still hate that thing. I'm not putting
Who
anything
are you
on.
asking?
I'm asking from the Butler side.
Not good.
Just give the ball to Edie. Let him eat. Even though Andrew was saying their center's probably their best.
Who's their center?
Who for Butler?
Butlers, yeah.
Bryce Golden and Bryce Enzi.
Oh.
But Enzi, I don't know what happened. Enzi got hurt last night. It looked like he dislocated his shoulder. He never came back.
From Carmel play? The Malloy or something?
He played a little bit last night because Enzi got hurt.
Is he like a junior?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
got it.
He plays hard. I'll say that. He does. He plays.
He's
he does play very hard.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
He tries.
Well coached. Yeah.
Speaking of our Carmel kid, Waddell, unfortunately, tore his ACL last Friday. So even though he is redshirting, he loses out on the whole year development. So that's too bad.
As Andrew said, you can just get ripped.
Go bulk up.
Upper body, baby.
Yep. Which
that was what he needed to put weight on. I mean, yeah, it sucks that he can't be out there practicing and missing on that development, but at least he's there.
And I know Purdue's not playing in the Gavitt games this year, but the Big Ten's getting their butt whooped by the Big East in these Gavitt games. Kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Xavier just took down Ohio State.
Which Ohio State they just lost justice.
Suing,
yeah. But they struggled against Akron.
Yeah.
And Niagara too.
They've had some close ones, yeah. Well, we didn't even talk about that. North Carolina's struggled with Charleston and Brown. They gave up like 180 points or something like that to those two schools, like combined.
Right. Charleston always gives them fits.
Yeah, which kudos to Carolina for actually going on the road against Charleston. I mean, you don't see many, top tier teams doing that this early in the season. It's always a neutral game, but I was watching a little bit of that game, and I mean, Charleston was pretty good. And then eventually, Carolina's just athleticism and overall talent definitely won out. But, I mean, you look at Seton Hall going into Ann Arbor, taking down Michigan. That was a wild one.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. I mean, Michigan State, sorry, Andrew, just throttled Butler when I saw the score.
When I saw the line was 2.5, I was like, oh, my God. Like, Michigan State was only favored by 2.5. I know. I will say this, though. Michigan State's not very good, I don't think.
How does Max Christie look?
They did not. Max Christie looks really good. I'll say he looked really good last night. Malik Hall, not so much.
Need Painter's development.
Michigan State point guards are a bunch of punks.
Just wait till they get Malik Carr, boys. They'll be Big Ten championship mix. Just wait. Oh my! He is starting to get more snaps with special teams.
Yeah,
he had a couple plays against Purdue. He caught that 2-point conversion at the end, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, okay. He did. That was right.
He had a big catch. He had like a 30-yard catch. Yeah.
Yeah, he caught it and took off, and then he had the 2-point conversion, which I thought we got a hand on, but it was a good catch by him, and he let everybody know about it too.
Glad he could have a good performance in a loss. So
yeah, that's okay.
Before we give our predictions for the weekend, Webby, what's the shop got going on right now?
Shop, one of our favorites. Oh, they're all our favorites, let's be honest. So the shop has been bringing sports and hometown apparel to the fans since 2011. From their humble beginnings in garages and basements, you can find them at their 2 retail locations and online. They make comfortable shirts and makes everybody happy. The shop is located in Carmel and Indianapolis, as well as online at theshopindy.com. They make the best shirts, period. Next time you're shopping online, use promo code BREAKDOWN for 25% off your order. Christmas time, they got a lot of stuff on the site.
Did you guys see that one today they released? They
No,
brought it
I
back
didn't.
from last year. It was their best seller last year. It's a 90s throwback Pacers hoodie.
Oh, I did see
It's
that.
like
Yeah,
a
it's so
FloJo.
sweet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
They have a similar switch like that for Purdue. I think it's already sold out in a lot of the sizes, but they've got some awesome. I mean, the shirts are super comfortable. They've got awesome drinkware. They're always doing promos like free
Mhm.
shipping on Saturdays or something like that. They do some awesome NIL deals with quite a few Purdue players so far. But you've got
Did you guys
Indiana
get your Greg
Butler.
Long shirts from there yet?
I
Not
really
yet,
need
no.
to. I need to get that
No.
one.
They even sell if you go to the Northwestern Purdue bookstore right across from Mackey. They even have some of the NIL shirts there.
They got Travion's in there.
Travion's
Yeah.
there. So if you're on campus before a game, want to pick something up, I've seen a couple of their shirts at games. I saw a Sasa shirt at the Bellarmine game. They're super comfortable. They've got Colts, Pacers, Indiana, Butler, the state of Indiana stuff as well. Anything retro. It's a lot of cool stuff. And the stores are awesome. Good people. They're really nice when you go in there. One in Broad Ripple, one in Clay Terrace and Carmel. So check them out.
Absolutely. All right, prediction time. Boilers, Tar Heels, Saturday. 4 o'clock, ESPN News.
ESPN News.
Still baffles me that
Yeah.
In
top 10 and top
the
20. But
Cheez-It Hall of Fame tip-off.
Yeah.
I did not know Cheez-It was the main sponsor.
I didn't know that either. I should have brought my box of Cheez-Its down.
I'm on the Gamecast, and it's the
Northwestern
Cheez-It
game,
Hall of
like
Fame.
the Wildcat something, whatever.
They have a title for the Northwestern game?
Yeah, it's like the Wildcats something. I don't know, something stupid.
But I was mad that it was ESPN News until I'm like, well, it's Saturday college football, so.
Yeah. Is there a line for it yet? Let's see here.
I haven't seen one.
No line yet.
What do you think the line will be?
I think Purdue minus like 7.
That's what I was thinking.
I was going to say 8.
7.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be like 85-75 Purdue.
So I'm going to go I think we run away with it. We hit 90 again, 90-75.
I'll go 82-69 Boilers. So, and then let's say Villanova beats Tennessee. So Sunday, that game would be on ABC, correct? At 3 o'clock?
That I don't know. I knew the time. I didn't know
or ESPN or something.
I didn't know the network. I mean, it makes sense being on a Sunday. You can do something.
I thought I saw.
News.
I thought it was ESPN or ABC at 3 or 3:30.
Now I mean, technically, when I did my quick looking at the schedule, no thought, just figure out what I did have a splitting this weekend.
I did too. Yep.
Assuming I assumed we beat Carolina, lost to Villanova. I think we win 73-72.
Oh God, my heart can't take one of those this early.
I don't know if Purdue's not going to score 80 like this year. I mean, that's how good the offense is.
It'll happen one of these games.
We'll play like Wisconsin's going to muck it up or something.
Yeah, we're going to ice cold one game or something. But
don't let it be down south. It's going to happen like the barn. It's going to be somebody awful, like Penn State when there's 3,000 people there. Which Penn State's playing tonight too. I mean, shout out to Shrewsbury.
They're not good.
No, they're up like 15, I think.
I'll go 84-78. Boilers take home this championship like they did in 2015.
I like that, Dan. I'm thinking on the same. I'm thinking 80-75 Purdue.
I hope Isaiah can play like his brother did out there in 2015.
Because we'll get Gillis back for day 2, and to see what kind of minutes he gets.
Yep. Me too. Should be a fun weekend to be a Boiler fan. At least we hope. Opportunity to make it a fun weekend. So, and can't forget that the Boiler Breakdown podcast is also brought to you by Webb's Family Pharmacy. Webb's Family Pharmacy is an independently owned community pharmacy with shops located in Rochester, Akron, and North Manchester, Indiana. Webb's is happy to announce that they are providing flu shots by appointment. Simple process. I got mine a few weeks ago. Go online, pick what flu shot you want, and go in, get it within like a minute, 2 minutes, quick in and out. They're also doing COVID-19 shots as well. So simply give them a call, set up an appointment. Their friendly and caring staff will be happy to help you. For all of your high-quality medical equipment, supplies, and pharmacy services, check out their website, webrx.com, or you can just simply give them a call. Webb's Family Pharmacy, the professional pharmacy with the hometown touch. And Andrew, why don't you let us know what Schroff Landscaping is up to right now?
Yes, sir. Schroff Landscaping has been in business over 50 years and can handle all of your landscaping needs, especially fall cleanup. I have a crap ton of leaves that I have just
so
kind of
many
pushed
leaves
to
in
the
my
side in the
Oh my
yard because
God.
it's too dang cold to go pick them up for me.
God,
So
it's
'cause I'm
windy,
a wimp
cold.
now. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm a wimp. So I would need them. I need some help there, which I'm sure you guys do. I know, Tanner, you've got a big yard. You probably
Oh
have.
God, my backyard fenced in. It's awful. It's awful.
Well, I got to pick it up so I can find where the dog is going to the bathroom, I guess, because then I'll step on it if I don't get rid of the leaves.
Yeah.
So along with fall cleanup, they've got, they can help out with landscape design, maintenance, irrigation, hardscaping, and they're also licensed lawn applicators as you're kind of prepping for the spring. You can contact them today or for your fall cleanup or in the spring at 574-223-2769. Schroff Landscaping, design with you in mind.
I just
Any-
saw it.
Oh,
I
go ahead.
saw a crazy stat on the Twitter sphere coming from ESPN Stats Info. So on Monday, Illinois lost to Marquette. They were ranked 10 at the time.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Tuesday, number 4 Michigan lost to Seton Hall. Wednesday,
Hate to
number
see it
12. Yesterday, Maryland ranked 20th. Lost.
What
to
do I
George
care? I don't
Mason.
care that the Big Ten's getting
No,
humiliated. in this thing.
I the whole idea of cheer for your conference, especially like in the tournament. It's like I used to subscribe to that. I freaking hate it. Like it's like why it's like, oh, it's good for recruiting. Why? So you can recruit saying, hey, why come to Purdue when you can go play for someone else and go to the Elite Eight, Final Four? Screw that. And then today, Ohio State, who was 19th, lost to Xavier. So it's the first time in Big Ten history and only the second time in D1 history, which happened in the SEC back in December 2017, that a conference has had ranked teams lose to an unranked non-conference opponent 4 days in a row.
Good thing we're playing ranked teams this week.
Yeah.
No matter what,
Are there any ranked Big Ten games against non-ranked teams tomorrow that can keep the streak going?
all I know is watching into that Illinois game the other day. It's like, oh, we're 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
I mean, technically, Maryland plays Hofstra.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking at.
UNLV.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
Michigan, UNLV.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Which is where the hell?
that
I
right
don't
at
think
12:30?
I don't think Larry Johnson and Stacey Ogman are walking through that door for the Running Rebels. I don't think they got a chance. Oh,
Hey, shout out to
man.
Purdue Fort Wayne going into Minnesota tomorrow. Let's go Mastodons.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Minnesota. I mean, they did win 2 games
They're
in a
12-point
little
favorites, by
tournament,
the way,
but
Minnesota is. So
I think they might be better than Nebraska, though.
Is
Nebraska
Patino
stinks.
still there? I kind of forgot.
No, he's at
New
New Mexico.
Okay.
They have Xavier's assistant coach now, Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I could not name you a single player on their team.
Wait,
Nope.
who is it? Who's the new coach?
Ben Johnson, I believe is his name. Ben?
Yeah, I think he was at wasn't he at Butler? I think he was at Butler
Was he at Butler one time?
at some point. I think he was a Butler assistant at one point.
So, any closing thoughts from you guys before we wrap this baby up?
This is always a fun time of year, especially when there's usually always one day a year where there's a football game and a basketball game on the same day, and it's always hopefully pretty fun. Hopefully Saturday is a lot of fun because I'll be in Chicago and hopefully among the Boiler faithful at a bar watching us beat the Tar Heels.
Nice pun there. Love it.
We're doing our Thanksgiving on Saturday, so I'm hoping my wife is okay with having Purdue on pretty much all day Saturday afternoon.
I'm going to be doing some Christmas festivities in Carmel, so please, guys, give me some updates on my phone. So,
when are you going?
Oh, come on down, Tam. You're right down the road.
That's a great question. I think around noon.
You should have time to catch the game. You're not gonna be there for 4 freaking hours, are you?
I don't know.
Ooh, Adam Bartels just texted us. It says we gotta give a shout out to Purdue soccer and volleyball. Volleyball is kicking some serious butt right now.
Yes.
They beat Wisconsin twice in the last week or so.
Beat Minnesota on the road for first time since '98.
Yeah, and then I think they beat Wisconsin twice. And then soccer won their first tournament game, and I can't remember the last time we made the tournament.
And they play the Irish on Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow. Should be a tough out, but hey.
So Boiler up, hammer down, beat the Irish, beat the Wildcats.
How about them Boilers?
Tar Heels, beat the Wildcats or possibly the Volunteers. That's a lot of names right there, but just kick some ass, take some names.
Yeah. Absolutely.